After blowing everyone's minds with the over-the-top antics of Metal Gear Solid 1, Hideo Kojima was not done yet, and so far we'd only seen a fragment of the convoluted bollocks he can come up with, presenting us with Sons of Liberty, the Metal Gear Solid sequel that makes its predecessor's story feel like following an episode of Sesame Street in comparison to this. Since the Shadow Moses days, Solid Snake and Otacon have joined an anti-Metal Gear group that go around protesting the idea of putting massive fuck-off nuclear weapons on top of Gundam robots. Snake's job this time is to sneak onto a US Marines tanker and take photographs of the new Metal Gear prototype and leak the images on 4chan. This doesn't 100% go to plan as a load of bad guys arrive on the ship at the same time, led by Revolver Ocelot, and now has to add taking out the baddies to his list, or at least hold them up at gunpoint to give him a private lap dance.
Shake it, baby.
Snake works his way up to the navigation deck to see where they're heading and gets distracted by a girl outside. She's on the phone to the commander, who is also her dad, who is also the lead bad guy along with Ocelot, and she has a Russian accent that's just as convincing as the meerkat from the Compare the Market adverts. Olga uses her hairy armpits as a distraction, which gives her a chance to throw a knife at Snake, and the fight is on. Throughout the battle, she is shit-talking.
I grew up on the battlefield. Conflict and victory were my parents.
That's an odd name.
Snake takes her out with a tranquilizer because 1, she's pregnant, and 2, he only came with a Nerf gun, and then he takes a cheeky photo as a memento. Now Snake knows where the boat is going. He needs to take the photos quickly and get out, but spends most of his time taking random pictures of shit, taking up all of the role in the camera. He gets to a big hall where a man is giving the Marines a lecture on how their Metal Gear is the best and everyone is jealous of their new toy. Snake uses the Marines' PC to send Otacon all of his holiday photos and OnlyFans leaks because Snapchat hadn't been invented yet. The commander wraps up his speech and is approached by Ocelot, giving him a nice round of applause, but he lost his hand in the last game. How is he doing that, you wonder? Well, prepare for some bollocks now, as Ocelot grafted Liquid Snake's dead fox-eye-ridden arm onto his stump despite them being different blood types, and this arm has the power of possession. So Snake goes up to Ocelot, which makes him turn into Liquid Snake, voice and accent included. I think this is where Derek Okora got his inspiration from on Most Haunted.
Mary loves Dick. Mary loves Dick.
Ocelot sells out his Russian mates, steals Metal Gear Ray, sinks the ship and pisses off, drowning everyone, Solid Snake included. And not one of the Marines tried to intervene or do anything as the two old men were squabbling over who gets to play in the giant robot first. These lads were fucking useless. Cut to 2 years later, and now we're playing as Raiden, who started off with the codename of Snake, but the Colonel changed it upon his arrival because there's too many people called Snake now and it's getting a little too silly. An oil plant has been set up to deal with the fallout of the Marine boat sinking. A group of baddies called Dead Cell have taken over the facility and have captured hostages, including the current president of the United States, and are demanding $30 billion. The bad guys are led by someone calling himself Solid Snake, but it can't be him surely, he drowned in the boat wreck. So Raiden here is our substitute teacher because we no longer have Snake, and just like a substitute teacher, he can't be taken seriously and has the threat level of a wet paper towel. Not to mention that he's always on the phone to his missus, who keeps pestering him because he forgot that it was their anniversary. She can fuck right off too. Each strut has a computer that Raiden needs to log into and access his map, and the system requires a username. How does Butt Cheeks McGee sound? He goes between the struts and spends most of his time spectating and rubbernecking rather than getting involved. At Strut B, SEAL Team 10 are being destroyed by a guy darting between the rafters, and he opts to stand outside and wait for all of the bullets to stop before going in and having a look. He encounters the man who has taken out the squad, and he asks his name.
5 today.
Oh, it's your birthday? I'd say you look older than 5.
Or rather 6.
I was going for close to 30, but sure, happy birthday. Then another soldier comes in and tells Raiden to get down, scaring Vamp back up into the rafters. He drops down on the soldier and goes for a bite, but this dude smells like Lynx Africa, which throws him off, so he leaves. The guy unmasks and he looks rather familiar, but I can't quite put my finger on it. He is Iroquois Pliskin. Pliskin doubts Raiden's ability to do his job. Raiden confesses that he isn't a real soldier, but has put over 200 hours into playing Beat Saber on VR, so he's more than capable, trust me bro. Not Snake needs a good sit down and a cup of tea, maybe a little nap after Vamp has kicked his ass. Raiden goes to the next strut, and more commotion is happening on the bridge. The SEALs are having a shootout with a woman, but she's got cheats on, and no bullets are hitting her. She's got the president by her feet, and some smartass comes out with a grenade launcher. Why are you aiming grenades at the president, you dumbass? This woman Fortune takes them all out and destroys the bridge with ease, and then buggers off inside, leaving a nice clean path for Ryder to not confront anyone on. At 𝐧𝐞𝐞𝐝, he finally confronts someone. An old man with a walking stick. Wow, you're really showing us how tough you are there, Ryden. And even he isn't intimidated by him. This is Peter Stillman, a bomb defusal expert that was brought in because one of the bad lads from Dead Cell, Fat Man, used to be one of his students. Also, Pliskin is here too. How the fuck did you get here before me, mate? You was asleep the last time I checked. Stillman recruits the two into disarming all of Fat Man's explosive that is planted around the base. Only Pliskin and Ryden have never played Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes before, so they settle for spraying the bombs with Febreze instead. Stillman can't go with them because he lost his leg in a bomb explosion in a church, but is happy to backseat them over codec while he sits in the pantry eating all of the snacks. Pliskin slips up using the wrong military terminology, which makes Stillman suspicious of him. He says Semper Fi, which is Marine talk, and Who Dares Wins, which is what Del Boy says in Only Fools and Horses. Pliskin takes shell 2, Ryden takes shell 1, and off to spray the bombs they go. All of the bombs are in stupid locations that appear like they wouldn't do much damage to the base. Something seems wrong, and Stillman asks Pliskin to look to see if there's any hidden bombs that aren't being detected. His hunch is right, so he heads out of the pantry, and the lads are like, "No, you can't do that, you've only got one leg." And then he admits that he's been claiming disability benefits when he's actually okay, and made up a sob story when the bomb blew up the church years ago. Disabling all of the crap-laced bombs set off a couple of big bomb timers. Stillman dies in the explosion of one of them, and Ryden disables the other. Fortune blocks Ryden's path. She comes down looking for a fight with her dad's killer, but nope, just casual Ryden here. Much like her cutscene on the bridge, bullets aren't doing anything and just bounce straight off. Not even stepping on a Lego brick is going to take this woman down. So Ryden shows how good he is at cartwheels for a few minutes until the lift comes down so it can escape. Coming down the lift is Vamp. Fortune tells him that Ryden is a useless baby, so Ryden shoots Vamp in the head and he goes down. And up in the lift it goes. But don't worry, Vamp isn't dead, and we'll see him again later. Ryden crosses the EF connecting bridge and gets a phone call with a shit signal. They go through the same script as the first Metal Gear Solid game, so they change their name from Deep Fruit to Mr. X. I'm expecting them to chase me around a police station for shooting their hat off. Ryden is heading to the roof of 𝐧𝐞𝐸. He was here earlier and he encountered Olga. He tried to hold her up at gunpoint, but like everyone else, she wasn't threatened in the slightest, so she did a cool backflip off the edge. So yeah, that happened, and now we're back here again disabling the final bomb that Fat Man has planted. Fat Man himself is here, rolling around on his rollerblades with his glass of wine. This guy's midlife crisis seems like a blast. He's gloating that he's beat Stillman and will go down forever as the greatest bomb maker in history, and Ryden says he'll go down as a common criminal that triggers Fat Man into a fury, and now it's his boss fight. Ryden takes him down, and Fat Man reveals that he's placed a final bomb and won't tell Ryden where it is. Spoiler alert, he shoved it up his arse. Pliskin calls with a plan about rescuing the hostages with a helicopter. He's brought a friend along with him to help out. Ryden tries to guilt Pliskin into doing the same job that he's been assigned, and Pliskin's like, "Nope, not my job, mate." Then Ryden gets jealous of Pliskin over the phone with Rose, sounding like a real nice guy. A cyborg ninja approaches him. They've been sent from the Lalelulelo, which in the Metal Gear world is a made-up word for people who work for the Patriots who aren't allowed to say Patriots because that would be doxing themselves, so instead they're brainwashed to make a silly noise instead. The ninja tells him that he's not going anywhere dressed like that, so Ryden gets a costume change and is able to blend in with the rest of the core enemies and needs to find someone called Ames, which is all good, except no one knows what Ames looks like, and the only way to tell which person is the real Ames is by pointing a microphone at them and listening to their heartbeat. They've got a pacemaker on, so the heartbeat pattern sounds like dubstep. This whole time they've been having a phone call conversation despite being stood 3 feet away, which makes me question how the codec actually works. At this point I'm honestly convinced it's the same way people have sex in Demolition Man. So now Ryden goes around the Shell 1 call with a microphone asking if every single person there is Ames.
You're Ames, aren't you? You're Jennifer.
Ryden finds Ames and removes his gag and blindfold. Ames then has a psychic sex phone call with Ryden despite them being 2 inches away from each other. Ames says that everything that happened with the tanker 2 years ago was a setup and the sinking was intentional so they could make a new base to build a Metal Gear on. Solid Snake approaches Ocelot in the back room, so Ryden eavesdrops. Olga walks in and starts mouthing off about the cyborg ninja and suspects Ocelot killed her dad. Ocelot gets out of this predicament by pretending that his arm is having a spasm and some casual racism. Ocelot comes in and notices that some random soldier dude is having a staring contest with one of the hostages, because over the codec they don't actually speak, I guess? And Ames pretends to be sick. Ocelot isn't buying his bullshit, so he draws his gun. AIM's pacemaker drops the base, which is too much excitement for this old man, so he dies. Raiden is unmasked and then a ninja comes down to try and cut off Ocelot's arm again. The Colonel starts mouthing off about how Snake is a terrorist and a prick, and Raiden's like, no he's not, he's a hero, and I'm going to defend this bloke that I don't even know. He crosses the bridge to Shell 2 to reach the president, clearing out explosives on the way, and a man appears in the doorway claiming to be Solid Snake. Pliskin arrives via helicopter with his mate, like, no, you're not Solid Snake. And he's not Solid Snake, he is 𝐥𝐢𝐧𝐤𝐬, the former president of the United States who now goes by Solidus Snake, the third twin Snake who has a fake muscle suit and jumps into the Harrier piloted by Vamp. Raiden now must take out the jet, which he does, and Solidus somehow loses an eye. Metal Gear Ray comes out of the waters and saves the jet from sinking, breaking the bridge that Raiden now has to parkour across. Raiden gets on the phone with Pliskin like, I'm sorry if this is a stupid question, but are you Solid Snake? He confirms. Raiden then starts giving them shit for all of their activities outside of Shadow Moses, and even calls them terrorists. Whoa, hold the fuck on. Rewind like 20 seconds here. Raiden literally defended Snake from the accusations the Colonel was making, and immediately backpedaled on it, now calling Snake a terrorist to his face, or Skype avatar. I still don't understand this codec malarkey. Anyway, make up your fucking mind, mate. Raiden makes it to the president, or Prez as he likes to be called because he's hip and down with the kids. The president straight up grabs Raiden's gentleman's sausage, thinking that he's a woman, as if being a woman would warrant some unnecessary touching. Ew. The Prez spills the tea on the Patriots. They want to control information, and the Prez wants to join their secret club and uses a new Metal Gear as his bargaining chip. Solidus used to be the president, but went against their wishes by causing the Shadow Moses incident, so they voted him out of office, and the elections are all scripted. He reveals that Ray is not the new Metal Gear, and the oil plant itself is the new fancy robot. He gives Raiden a disc with a virus on it and tells him to find Ottocon's sister, EE, that's Emma Emmerich, not Kevin Bacon selling you 5G phone data. The president grabs Raiden's gun and tries to make Raiden pull the trigger, but Ocelot comes in and shoots him instead, and there's like, okay, bye now. EE is in the flooded basement, and guess what? She can't swim and she's scared of water. She's scared of it because her dad drowned in a swimming pool when she was a kid. The room begins to flood and EE starts having a strop. She can't breathe for very long, and she's scared of bugs. I think I'd rather have Rose with me at this point, even if she does bitch and moan about Raiden's poor interior design choices. EE requires her hand to be held as the two head towards the Shell 1 core. Now, I'm no expert in holding hands, but I believe I'm doing it right. The two go down a massive ladder. What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. No, we're not at that game, but hey, tell me in the comments if you want me to cover Metal Gear Solid 3. EE now has to cross some platforms to reach Shell 1. They're covered in explosives and are patrolled by drones and soldiers. Of course, she's fucking useless here too, and keeps falling over and getting distracted by seagulls. Also, she goes the long way around each platform. Go right! I can see the path from here. Go right! Why are you going around? Vamp takes EE hostage, so Raiden shoots him in the head again, but he's already stabbed EE. She's bleeding from the back and collapses on the platform. Snake goes to help and carries her to the Shell 1 core. Raiden makes it there a little after and EE is dying. The virus disc is ready to go, she prepped it. They put the disc in and they got the blue screen of death. EE and Ottocon have a touching moment as she dies. Then Ottocon just blurts out that he shagged her mum. Jesus Christ, mate. His dad took his own life because he knew, and Ottocon didn't jump in to rescue him because he was too busy giving her a right good seeing to. Arsenal Gear boots up and the group panics about what to do. Ottocon has a little breakdown, but Snake cheers him up with their secret cool guy handshake. Then, betrayal. The ninja appears and is on Snake's side and double crosses Raiden. The ninja is 𝐥𝐬𝐬, and she attacks him with an electric sword that knocks him out. He comes to in a torture room being interrogated by Ocelot and Solidus. Solidus, now in a full Dr. Octopus costume, uses the tentacles to choke Raiden. He says that he knows him as Jack the Ripper and claims that Raiden is his son. Raiden was a child soldier back in the 80s before there were child labor laws, but he suppressed those memories up until now. Also, Raiden is naked inside of Arsenal Gear. Ocelot takes his virus CD off him, and 𝐥𝐬𝐬 gives him a phone call. She's being manipulated by the Patriots, and they stole her daughter away from her. Raiden is freed from the torture device and is now running around in the nude. I knew Buttcheeks McGee was an appropriate name for him. He sneaks by all of the guards that are now samurais for some reason, and his phone keeps ringing. The Colonel is talking bollocks and saying creepy things, like his auto cue is messed up and he's just reading word for word what's in front of him.
The mission is a failure. Cut the power right now.
and my tiny little nipples went to France.
Rose phones up after a dozen spam calls from the Colonel leaving drunk voicemails to say that she's a spy and she's working with the Patriots and she faked the whole relationship, but it went wrong and now she's pregnant. And Raiden doesn't know what's happening. Raiden tells Otacon that the Colonel is being weird with him and Otacon looks into it. The Colonel himself is an AI and Raiden has never been talking to Roy Campbell, but instead an avatar of him that's using ChatGPT and text-to-speech. And that everything that's happened so far hasn't been real, except some of it has, and the game turns into an episode of Black Mirror. And Raiden is falling straight into the GW bait of being fed information to see if he would follow it. He even questions if Rose is real. Can she not be? Please? Raiden and Solid Snake, now in his fancy clothes, team up to take on a load of enemies as the UI starts freaking out, spouting misinformation and spelling mistakes. Fortune comes in looking for Snake. She believes that he killed her dad, Commander Dolph, on the tanker. Raiden climbs up a ladder and arrives on a platform in the middle of nowhere. Here, Solidus's voice can be heard. He's explaining the S3 plan. The S3 plan is the Solid Snake simulation, where an AI sets up a scenario to train the ultimate soldier into becoming America's next top Solid Snake by planting obstacles in the way that are the exact same as those from Shadow Moses. Raiden now has a fight with a boatload of Metal Gears that go down with a shot to the knee and a couple of shots to the face, completely trivializing them. I know it's supposed to make Raiden look strong and capable of kicking a million Metal Gear asses, but in reality it makes these robots look rubbish in comparison to Rex. Despite kicking all of the Metal Gear ass, Raiden is overrun. They don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Olga comes in and helps by talking, and then Solidus zooms in and snaps her neck. The Metal Gears freak out as EE's virus kicks in, so Solidus turns his fake muscles on and shoots the robots. Solidus then chokes Raiden with his Dr. Octopus arm again, and Fortune has taken Snake hostage. All of the bad guys are bickering with each other, and Ocelot comes in and lets everyone know that he's a smarty pants and that we've all been following his script. He shoots Fortune and it actually hits her, and Ocelot shits all over her superpowers, saying that she had a little magic box on her that stopped her from being hit. Fortune isn't having any of this and tries to shoot Ocelot with a railgun, and he's like, I've got the magic hacks box too, lol, you can't hit me. And then they all take it in turns trying to hit Ocelot like it's a fun party game. Solidus goes over the top and launches missiles at him and still misses. Ocelot gets into Metal Gear and Fortune, still not dead from being shot in the heart by the way, gets mad that she doesn't have superpowers, which in turn gives her superpowers, and she deflects missiles shot from Metal Gear, and everyone's like, wow, she's like a Marvel character, and then she fucking dies, so this performance was pointless. Ocelot's hand turns him into Liquid again. Liquid is now claiming that he is controlling Ocelot without his knowledge and has set up everything that's happened so far. Snake breaks out of his cuffs and chases after Liquid Ocelot into the ocean. Then Arsenal Gear goes at full speed. Then we have an abrupt cut to Raiden and Solidus on top of Federal Hall that's crumbling. How the fuck did we get here? The AI Colonel phones up despite being destroyed and starts being creepy, saying that they're now sentient and have been trying to recreate humans but are fed up of learning through shitty tweets of people spamming K-pop fan cams, and that people are becoming more and more stupid despite having unlimited knowledge with a simple click on Google. Humans are getting too soft and everyone is sticking to their little echo chambers, and the AI wants to sort out what tweets get to stay and what tweets are garbage, but there's so much garbage that the AI is getting pissed off of sifting through it all, so the AI starts being sassy and starts bullying Raiden. Fuck off Skynet, stop being mean. And the AI keeps trying to boss him around despite their cover being blown. And now it's the final boss, a sword fight with the former president of the United States dressed as Dr. Octopus with an eye patch. What's next? Barack Obama dressed as the Vulture playing the banjo? I think I prefer that fight to be honest. Raiden beats Solidus and he falls off the roof of Federal Hall. Then suddenly people are walking around the city and no one gives a fuck that a massive turtle-shaped boat has crashed into the national landmark, or that there's a dead body there of the former president. Snake approaches Raiden. No context as to what happened to him. He jumped off the boat after Metal Gear. Did he just give up on that idea? Raiden admires his dog tags and then throws them into the crowd, probably hitting someone on the head. That's a lawsuit, especially in New York. The two talk on the streets. Why is no one paying attention to these lads with the swords and the guns and the ridiculous outfits? Snake has the virus CD. It has the Patriots' information on it, and Snake is going to dox them. Raiden sees Rose, oh fucking hell, she was real after all, and finally remembers that it's their anniversary. And credits! And we get a little post-credits. As Otacon is on the phone to Snake, he's found the names of the Patriots, but they've all been dead for over 100 years, so there's no point going to their house to give them a stern talking to, except that they didn't, and this will be retconned in a couple of games' time. Anyway, that's Metal Gear. This is 𝐥𝐬𝐬 here. Thank you so much for watching this poorly explained video on Metal Gear Solid 2. And I know some people have been requesting it for a while. Also, I'm very wet. I just fresh out the shower. I'm recording this in the middle of a heat wave because I'm a smart person. Anyway, you want more Metal Gear? We've got this video here. And if you've already seen it, then, I don't know, watch it again and call your grandma over it. She'll love it. She'll be like, oh, that's Metal Gear. I love the Metal Gears in the YouTube. She'll do that, I don't know. Yeah, like and subscribe. And until next time, keep on dancing. Bye now. Bye. Love you, bye.